Om Shanti. Our topic today again is relationship within. This is part 2. You know, in the scriptures, they talk about God appearing, God talking from the sky, God coming down to earth, and then there's a big sound, there's thunder, there's fire, there's a big noise. No, they depict like this, God's coming to earth. But when we look at how Baba comes, how God comes to earth, he comes very, very silently. Nobody knows exactly which time he comes. We know that Baba has come, but which second he comes. So God comes in a very, very incognito way. And that is why in the Bible they have said God comes like a thief in the night. Now, let us look at the period where God descends on earth, where the Maha Jyoti, the Maha light, descends on earth. What is that period? And we have given it a very special name, Sangam Yug, Sangam Yuga, confluence age. So God comes very silently in the confluence age, and he starts his Mahakarya, his great work, in a very, very incognito way. So the physical world is still carrying on as the Iron Age, but when God comes, he works at a very incognito level. So both the old world and its drama, and Baba and the new language and the new family, they work at another level. So these two, they join and are together. So we say they come together, the confluence age and the Iron Age. So one is very clear. We know what's happening in the old world. People are going about their business. Everything is the same. But somewhere in many people's hearts, in many people's mind, a small change is happening. Baba is giving knowledge drop by drop. Baba is giving medicine drop by drop. Baba is giving injection day by day. Baba is giving advice day by day. Baba is giving love day by day. And so the undercurrent at an incognito level, some shifts, some changes are happening in the hearts, in the minds of people. And this special age, we call it the confluence age. Now, what is so special about this confluence age? Brothers and sisters, this is the only age, not in golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age. This is the only age where we can understand God, listen to God, talk to God, where we can interact with God, where we can cooperate with God, where we can know what God is, how God is, and how we can work together as one family. God, my Father, and we, the children, we work together. And what work do we do? It's an undercurrent. It's not something noisy or very showy, but it's very, very incognito. And that is happening now in the confluence age. So when this happens, our relationship within changes. How I view myself, how I view God, how I view my Lokik family, how I view the others, how I view the drama, everything. There is a shift. It's not the same. Everything changes. Because when God comes, He creates a big, big shift in paradigm in the way people think and the way they look, hear, and do. So let's look at this beautiful episode, the beautiful Sangam Yug, where Baba comes and Baba says, "You are my sweet children." You know, we have not realized what is God's love. How is God's love? How much patience He has, how much tolerance He has, how beautifully He changes a stone-like intellect to a divine-like intellect. We understand God only now. Then, on the path of devotion, we sing His praise, we call Him, we give Him many names, we build temples and churches for Him. But all that is a memory of what's happening now. Now, God's love is very unique. It is not attached. All the love that we know is attached. For example, I am attached to my grandchild. Who's attached? I. To whom? Another human being? My grandchild. Or I'm attached to my chair. Who's attached? I. To what? The chair. But is my grandchild attached to me? I don't know. Is the chair attached to me? Definitely not. I'm attached to my money. Is my money attached to me? So, even this attachment is something we force this attachment onto others, onto things, onto possessions, onto positions. We just force this attachment, and it need not be two-way. It can only be one way. So when God comes, He teaches love, and the greatest beauty of God's love, He is non-attached, yet so loving. So we say loving and detached. This is God's love. Now, when there is a detachment, a lot of things happen. What happens when there's detachment? God keeps on giving love, on and on and on, non-stop. But whether we follow His teachings, whether we understand His teachings, whether we want to go on listening to Him or not, He's not attached. So when there's this kind of love, it is unlimited. So we come to another part of our vocabulary: attached love, unlimited love. Attached love is temporary, but unlimited love is a permanent, imperishable love. God loves us at the beginning, middle, end, and forever. God's love is imperishable. God is imperishable. His love is imperishable. His relationship with us and our relationship with Him is imperishable. So God's love. When does it happen? Confluence age. So the confluence age is the most beautiful age, the most benevolent age, and the age in which human beings, from limited feelings, limited hopes, they move into the unlimited. You know why? This is the only age when our belief in families, my family, my father, my uncle, my brother, or my children, we only had a very limited number of people in our minds when we talked about family, my family, and it's mostly blood relationship. When Baba comes, he teaches us that a true family, an imperishable family, a living but detached family, is a family that shows unlimited spiritual love. Loving, detached, unlimited. God teaches us this. So this is a new relationship which I learned to keep within myself, and I learned to experience the love of God as my Father, the love of God as my teacher, the love of God as my guide. Not only that, I learned to love the family that God creates. Because before this, all I thought was living my Lokik family is real, is the best, and the only thing in the world. But now there's a shift. I can love my Lokik family. I can love the Alokik family. So I learn a bigger love. I learn a bigger relationship. I learn how to be with others, not only from this one birth, but from many births. All this magic is happening inside. Relationships inside. And do you know what? Can we ever come across another family like the family that Baba creates? People of all religions, all backgrounds, all kinds of economic, social standings. We come together as one. We have one Father, and we become brothers and sisters, working together with God to create a better world, working together to make hell into heaven, working together to make a jungle into a garden. How great is this? And is anybody working hard, sweating, working day and night? No. We do it as a routine, very incognito, very silently, very beautifully, and yet big, big things are happening inside the mind. So when the mind becomes energized, when the mind becomes true, when the mind understands the real, everything on the physical can change. We cannot change anything on the physical if the mind is still in its old level. Nothing can change. We can change our talk, we can change our actions or relationships, but the mind, the attitude, the way we see things and the way we judge is the same. So only God has the power to change our inner world so that our external world can also change. So look at this. No noise, no sound, no publicity, very quiet, very slowly, very beautifully, very patiently, and in a beautiful way, teaching the blind to see, teaching the blind to hear, teaching the blind to understand, and teaching the blind the way. So God is the sun. When the sunlight is there and the sun is shining, do we need another light? Do we need another light in the sunlight? But when it is dark, we have so many kinds of lights, candle and oil lamp and electricity, all kinds of light we need. But when the sun, God comes and He shows His light, we can see everything clearly. This is the confluence age, the magical age, where relationships within us change and take a new turn. So, how much am I turning within? How much am I turning myself? How much am I changing within? And this is what is the homework that we all have to do. One thing is to understand we are all family, whether they are in the Brahma Kumaris or not. It doesn't matter. They are all family. But the other thing is to extend that love, extend the feeling, extend the vibrations, extend the acceptance, extend the reality of the whole drama, and look at everybody as one. So, how much am I changing? So, Baba is showing the way, he's giving the knowledge, he's making us realize, but how much am I changing inside? And that will be shown on the outside. So, some of us, we change only 20%, some maybe 40, some maybe 60. Let me give a very simple example for this. Let me use the word cooperation. Baba says cooperate. Some cooperate by coming to Murli every day. Cooperation. Some cooperate by coming for Murli, and they also put a little money in the donation box. They are cooperating a little more. Some cooperate, they come for Murli, they put a little money in the box, and they also do karma yoga. Some cooperate by coming for yoga in the evening and extra yoga. Cooperate. Some cooperate with their mind. Some cooperate with their good wishes. Some cooperate by sending good wishes. So even the word cooperation works at so many levels, physical level and spiritual level, so many ways. So how am I cooperating with God? And the amount of cooperation I give, physical, spiritual, will depend on how much I am, what shall I say, I belong to God. If I belong to God little, my cooperation is little. If I belong to God all, even my life is for God. So I don't fear death. I don't fear opposition. I don't fear war. I don't fear obstacles. Because when I'm with God, what is there to fear? So these are some of our inner feelings, our inner changes, and this happens in the confluence age. So when I am in silent contemplation, when I'm just thinking about myself, I can ask myself, how much do I love God? Is it an easy thing to love God? How easy or how hard is it? And why? Now, what is keeping me away from God? What are the barriers that I'm keeping within myself? And I can work on myself. And Baba's Murli tells it all. So let me recapitulate what I've spoken. Baba comes silently. He works at a very incognito level. He creates a family and he creates a new world without noise, without show, silently, undercurrent, underground. So the whole world is just going on as usual. Nobody knows anything. Many people are not aware of what's happening. They're still in the old world and working in the old ways, still the same. But there's another age, same confluence age, where Baba comes and he plays a role actively with the children. So now let's talk about this confluence age. Now, this confluence age is the age of getting true knowledge. It opens our eyes. In the Iron Age, we have two eyes that can only see physical, but we cannot see the non-physical. But when God comes, he opens the third eye, and we can see more than what is seen through the physical eyes. We understand commitment. We understand what is to belong. We understand how we can cooperate. We understand how much God is depending on us for uh, his work to be done. We understand and we work hand in hand with God. So the knowledge is an eye opener. We have three eyes, and the third eye can see more than the two eyes. The third eye is very stable. The third eye is all-knowing. The third eye belongs to gods and goddesses. The third eye is the knowledge of wisdom. The third eye sees the three worlds. The third eye understands the three aspects of time. The third eye understands how God comes and works with his children to create a better world. So how great is this third eye? How beautiful is this third eye? And so when we are using the third eye, whatever the two physical eyes see, it becomes very insignificant, because anything physical is small, temporary, passing, it'll go away. But the third eye sees truth, sees love, sees commitment, sees its aim, and it can work for a long-term goodness for all, for itself and for others. So the third eye is such a powerful weapon. So Baba opens our third eye. The other thing that Baba also does when Baba comes, how he creates a relationship within our hearts. He says, you are souls. So I, as the body, I don't belong to God. I belong to my physical parents. And my physical parents have a language, a belief system, a country, and so on. But when I belong to God, I belong to him permanently. Because anything physical is only for one birth. But when I belong to God from my heart or my soul, I look for him in when I do devotion. I look for him, really soul searching for him, because I've lost something. I found a diamond and I've lost it, and I look for it. So those who have found God will really look for God with such great enthusiasm, love, hope, and they will finally reach God, or God reaches them. It has to happen because the search is real and it is connecting to a connection that was broken, and now that connection is reconnected. I come back to my original Father, my imperishable Father, my true Father, and I come back to him. The connection is made. The search that the soul was doing all this while comes to an end. I've reached my home. I've touched my Father. I'm happy with my Lokik world. I'm happy with the spiritual world. I can move on from here to create a better relationship within and without. Both things happen together. It doesn't mean that if I'm spiritual, I don't work on the inside, on the outside. I have to work both ways, and God makes it possible. So we can progress on the outside as well as the inside. So God comes and he opens my eyes and he says, you are a soul, soul imperishable. When the soul understands itself, then it can understand its dharma. What is dharma? It's not just do's and don'ts. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of seeing, doing, talking, living. It's a living religion. It's a way of life. God teaches us a way of life where there is character, where there's discipline, where there's respect, there is love, there is give and take, there is harmony, there's cooperation, there's progress. This is what the soul can do. But on the bodily level, we see differences. We compare, we compete, we criticize, and then we are not in harmony. So Baba teaches us to use new eyes, see the soul, see the brother soul, see me, the eternal Father. And so I begin to see my Father and my family, eternal. And I also see my present temporary family. All are good, all are beautiful, everything is nice, no complaint and no unnecessary thoughts. So we understand one thing. Baba teaches us how to be happy because when we have hopes on being happy with people, with relationships, with physicalities, there is bound to be a letdown because all physical love with people and things will not last. It's temporary. Only God's love is an ongoing thing. And he teaches us this love. It's not showy. It doesn't create any expenditure. It's just a feeling of surrender. It's a feeling of belongingness. It's a feeling of love. It's a feeling of shelter. It's a feeling of safety. Money doesn't make me safe. My position doesn't make me safe. My body doesn't make me safe. Anytime I can fall ill, anytime I can lose my job, anytime I can lose my money. But my inner love for God will keep me alive through thick and thin. My love for God will keep me alive. It's a burning, ever lit light within me. And this is God's imperishable love. It's unlimited. And I begin to see myself with a new confidence, with a new zeal, with a new ambition that anything can be achieved by just understanding and belonging to one. Belong to one, and you belong to everybody. If you don't belong to one, you belong to none. Very strange. Belong to one, belong to all. Don't belong to one, we belong to nobody. See, we have gone through so many births. We've forgotten our ancestors, our fathers, and all our family members lost. But our love for God has kept us going and searching and finding Him. So this is imperishable love and an imperishable relationship within ourselves. What kind of inheritance does Baba give? You see, when we come to Baba, when we come to God, we have a burden of debts, burden of sins, burden of bad karma, Burden. He helps us to reduce the burden, to get rid of the burden. He helps us to accumulate, create a fortune, create an inheritance, create a new world. How big is this? How big is this? Can any person throughout the whole cycle, whoever that person is, can he do any one of these? Help to burn our sins and create our inheritance? None at all. None at all. Baba comes and he says, look at me, remember me, see me, be with me, work with me, stay with me, be combined with me. It's such a beautiful thought that I don't have to be alone in my life. You see, he teaches us 5 ways to think, 5 elevated thoughts. Very simple. First, I'm a soul, not the body. I am a soul. I, the soul, am in this body. I work through this body. First thought. Number 2, I belong to God. So who belongs to me? God. Second thought. So when I remember God, I am soul conscious. Baba is a soul, the supreme soul. Very easy. Number 3, I'm an instrument. I'm an instrument. God is working through me. I just follow his directions. I work through him. He helps me to work. He teaches me. He guides me. And he tells me the way. I'm an instrument. Number 4, he teaches me how to be humble. Why am I doing all this? Who is teaching me to do all this? Only him. So can I be proud that I'm this or that? No, never. I can never be proud. So he teaches me humility. And number 3, and the 5th one, best thoughts. I am detached. He does the work, I help in it. So I detach myself after helping. So there's nothing that belongs to me. It's so easy to be free. It's so easy to belong to have nothing belonging to you except one Baba. Imagine if you have a house and an estate and some cows and some property, you will be truly, truly, fully busy managing all those things and paying taxes and paying staff and getting all the problems. But Baba says, belong to me and you'll get the whole world. So imagine when God comes, he makes big things easy, difficult things easy, unreachable things reachable, impossible things to become possible. This is the magic of God. So he teaches us not to look at others, not to see others, but to rule ourselves. So ruling the self, he teaches us what to see, what to hear. So let me give some examples. So what do I see? What do I see? One thing I see with my physical eyes. The other thing is I use my thoughts to see. And I see somebody making a mistake. I use my thinking and I tell myself that person doesn't know what is right and therefore he is making that mistake. I forgive him. I will help him. If he comes to me, I bless him. So we are seeing with a new vision. It's not just on the physical level, but to see behind the action that each one does. So there's no hatred, there's no punishment, there is no judging. Everybody is doing the right thing according to how they feel. So I can imagine when God looks at us, we're doing so many things that may not be right. Yet he knows we don't know, but we can change. and he shows us the light. He shows the way. He holds our hands. He says, come, follow me. So it's not judging, it's not punishing, it's guiding. Guiding the way, showing the way. That is how I rule myself and I control myself. Controlling is more like, say, I have some desires, maybe a better position, maybe a higher salary, maybe more popularity. But I tell myself, is that going to help me in my spiritual progress? Will that take me away from my Baba? Will that help me to become closer to my Baba? If it is going to help, Baba will take me there. If it is not going to help me get to Baba closer, it's okay. I don't need that. So I can control my wishes that are not really important in my spiritual growth. I can understand how much I have to control myself, rule myself, and I surrender to God and I surrender to the drama. Baba says one very, very good thing, which I like and I appreciate a lot because it has taken away all the burden from my mind. What is it? Drama is predestined. So what's there to argue? What's there to quarrel about? What's there to be sulking? It has to be that way. Cannot be any other way. Drama is fixed. Accept it, move on, be happy, and don't lose hope. Because you are the master of yourself. You have to goad yourself to go on. And Baba will help you. There will be many tests, there will be many papers, but all this is very, very, very good. It will help you to become humble, help you to bow, help you to die. Because we learn how to die. What is dying? Just not fighting, let go, flow, allow things to happen. You keep your self-respect, keep your self-dignity, be unshakable, be immovable, become your own king of yourself. So he teaches us how to clear our accounts, how to get on with life, how to live the two ages, Iron Age and Confluence Age together, how to make peace with the Lokik family and the Alokik family, how to cooperate with both families, how to cooperate with God and also the world. He teaches all double, double, double. Everything is double, double work, double responsibility, double knowledge, double light. Everything is double. But are we burdened? No. When God comes, he makes difficult things easy. And one very, very important point, which I would like to share with you, he teaches us how to be free. And this word freedom, there's mukti and there's jivan mukti. Many people from many belief systems, they just want mukti. Now, mukti is no more acting in the world, no more body, go back home, rest, mukti. But there's another aspect that Baba gives us, Jivan Mukti, where we live in a beautiful world with beautiful people, in beautiful surroundings, with lots of richness, lots of goodness, and that's called heaven. So he gives us choice, gives us a choice. You want to go to heaven? Do this. You want mukti? Yes, work for this. Every human being will get mukti. But those who work will go to Jivan Mukti. So Baba teaches us how to settle all accounts, how to go forward, and how to create our future, fortune, and world. So many things big, big things. We don't have to look for an astrologer. We don't have to go to a fortune teller. Baba tells us everything. Why? Because Baba is the magician, he is the gardener, he is the father, he is the boatman, he is the teacher, he is the doctor, he is everything. So why go to somebody else? He is giving us everything. So with one God, I can experience all relationships with him, and it's within me. You see, when I create a relationship with God or with anyone, that relationship is living inside. It's a living relationship. So I'm never, ever lonely. I can talk anytime, discuss anytime, ask anytime, converse anytime, look up anytime, consult anytime, call up anytime, because it's an inner relationship. God says, use me, call me, tell me, be with me, see me. So it's a relationship that no human being can fulfill. He fulfills that. So how good is God? How great is he? And how beautiful is he? And how loving is he? And how merciful is he? You just look at each one of his great tasks. And this is why, for God, we have given him thousands of names: the merciful one, the beautiful one, the benevolent one, the one who destroys all your sorrow, the one who gives happiness, so on and so on. Because he is everything rolled into one. And when does this happen? Only now. So can there be a better age than the confluence age? Well, golden age is very nice, but confluence age is even better. Golden age, everything is laid out for you. But in the confluence age, we help to lay out everything nice. So Baba comes, we work with him, and this is the only time when the divine and the creation work together. It's such a beautiful combination. God comes to help people, and people come together to help God. We create a heaven. We create a new breed of human beings, new breed, new human beings. We call them deities. Human beings become deities. So all this God is doing, and very silently, no noise, no official statements, no telling people, just work underground. And this is a relationship within me that I create. I help it to grow, I help it to mature, and I take full benefit, total benefit from this inner relationship with God. And this can never, ever be done by any other human being throughout the 5,000-year cycle. Only God fulfills and fills the soul with whatever it needs. Human beings can never do it. If they could do it, we would not come this far to this sorrowful land. So God is so good, so special, so simple, so humble, so loving, so generous, so sweet. Is there any other way to describe him? So some of the greatness of God, which I would like to share with you, be incognito. Don't come up front. Try to keep a low profile, like God keeps a low profile. Number one. Number two, stop talking a lot. Think more, talk less. Because when we think, there is understanding, realization, change, maturity, and many other things happening within. So talk less, think more. And when God comes, stop going for perishable things, go for the imperishable, which will follow you throughout the next 5,000-year cycle. It will follow you throughout the next 5,000-year cycle. And then one more very important thing, this is the only time where you can open your heart and hug the whole of human being, the whole of human family, the whole human family. You can hug the whole human family. It doesn't matter from which corner of the world they come. They are still my brothers. Somewhere, sometime in the cycle, I have interacted with them, and now they come before me. They are my family. Such a nice thing. They're not strangers. They're coming back. We're coming together again, separated, but coming together. With God, we were separated. We come together. I, with myself, I was separated. Now I come together. So Baba brings all the world together. And in togetherness, we smile, we grow, and we prosper. This is the beauty of God in the confluence age. And this is what is happening now inside us at the confluence age. So when we have like retreats, or there's a yoga bhatti, or there is some other Sneh Milan or something, what we are doing is we are coming together as one. We are not two. So if we can understand this, we cooperate, we work and help, not compete, compare, and contrast. So all these are ways where we come together after a long separation, and drama throws us together to become one again. So every meeting with every BK is a reunion. Every meeting in every Sneh Milan is a reunion. If I can understand this, I just sit back and appreciate all that is happening outside there, because I understand within me what's happening to me within me, that I can get back to my family. I will start a new cycle, and these are the people I work with. Thank you. I love everyone. So God makes us to be full of gratitude. God makes us to be full of understanding and accepting. God makes us to be more knowledgeable and to use knowledge in our interactions. So when we use knowledge and we monitor our thoughts and our attitude and the way we see and hear and look and act, we can understand how beautiful the words of God are. And therefore, for his words, we have a very special Hindi word. It's called Mahavakya, the great conversation, the great experience. Mahavakya is the great conversation, the great words that come out from the mouth of God. And each word is a diamond. Each word, each sentence is a diamond-like word. So God comes and he leaves a mark on the inside, and I become permanently belonging to him once again. One day I will forget him, I will search for him, and I will definitely find him again. Beautiful drama, beautiful forgetting, beautiful remembering. Remember, you're a soul. Remember me. Man, Mana, Bhava. Thank you so much, and Om Shanti.